What's up, guys? Welcome back to Papi's YouTube channel, where we speak the truth and nothing but the truth, right? Where we bring justice and judgment down from the heavens, right? On situations that are happening here, on the physical, on the 3D, on crimes that are happening, right? And we're here to expose that, expose all of the sneaky behavior that these thank you, Birdie, low vibrational people do. Which is why I'm here. Have no fear. Fake Papi's here. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I sure am, right? Especially when I'm exposing top details, top secret details about everything that's been going on, right? Which is why I've taken time for myself. Oh, let me bring out my... There you go. That's why I've taken time for myself. Right? I've taken time throughout this whole year to learn myself, right? And I've gone through 2 different awakenings, right? Last year I went through my spiritual awakening. This year I'm in my Kundalini awakening, right? Where everything's connected. Where I'm not only connected to myself, but I'm connected to the earth around me, to the heavens. And on top of that, my new spiritual gifts and abilities, right? When somebody sees somebody else focusing on them and doing good, especially after all the sneaky shit they've been doing, right? They try and find new ways. Oh, our plan no longer works. So now we have to come up with a new plan and a new plan and a new plan, right? But somehow we have to keep this whole plan like it's one, even though we've been changing it, because this person keeps changing and evolving and growing. These people wanted luxury, right? They wanted to live a life. They wanted to live my life, a life of happiness, of independence, of contentment. See how the lady's just chilling there. She's an older lady because she's gone through things, right? And you will never expect, because I don't look like what I've gone through, right? But that is a part of healing. That is a part of being spiritually wise. That is a part of just being wise, period, right? They were wishing to have my gifts, my abilities, right? They wanted to be me so bad. Right? They wanted to fake my death, right? They wanted to make it seem like I was incapable or I had some mental disability, right? Which is why Mark Camarena, right, altered my medical documents, added diseases, sicknesses, mental diseases, whatever he did. He altered medical documents. That is a crime, sweetie. She wanted to feel like this because of her hate as well, right? Which is why Mark Camarena and Anthony Marquez joined forces, right? Not only did Mark Camarena alter my medical documents, but he also got my personal information, How did he have access to that? Because I was his roommate, right? He had access to all of my personal information. He had access to my previous IDs that I had in my room, and he got them as well. Against the star, against me, right? I don't seek to be anything that I'm not, right? I was born a star, and I will continue to be the star, shining the light, right? Shining my light, sharing my light with those that need it, right? And sharing my light to expose and bring down those that need it. Throughout this year, I've just been focusing on me, right? Focusing on my inner self. Because remember, your inner world is a reflection of your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. So if you're hateful and you're greedy and you're malicious and you're deceitful and you're greedy. Did I say greedy already? Well, 2 times won't hurt them because they are. Yeah, I was contemplating, which was how I was able to figure out the whole case and, all this big betrayal and everything that was hidden. Also, right, Mark was the one who was impersonating me on those messages that tried to make it seem like if I was in a relationship with that person that I had an emotional connection with, right? Mark was also behind all of the drugs, right? Mark was the one that purchased all those pharmaceuticals, right? All those drugs. He ordered them. Just how he would order all of those steroids, right? From the UK, from Europe. And they would come to his house. That's why his body is just, yikes. It's dirty. It's rotten. It's rotten. It's rottening from the inside out because of all the steroids. Not only steroids, but Mark would also order like big amounts of ketamine, right? Which he's addicted to. He's been addicted to ketamine. Before that, he was addicted to meth, and all of his friends know that, right? So you can ask the community, right? And also the people he hangs out with also reflect that. They all look like meth and ketamine, and you can see that, right? So what does Mark do, right? Mark gives Tony the drugs, the poison, to put in my coffee when Tony picks me up that July of 2023, right? And of course, that doesn't do anything to me, right? So they have to change it again, and they have to create that fake story with those fake text messages, right? That Mark was behind, right? Acting like it was me, acting like I was heartbroken, acting like I was so hurt because of the ghosting that the other guy did. All to have it as proofs. Thank you, Spirit, for that. Right? And then on top of that, because of the work that didn't work on me, right? Because look at me, the healthiest I've ever been. That's when they wanted to get spiritual and do all these rituals under the moon, which is why now they're all sick. That's what happens when you abuse divination. That's what happens when you know nothing about spirituality and you want to, dibble and dabble in low vibrational spiritual practices. And now the consequences are there, right? So if something's happening to them, right? It is not me. Might be my guides, might be my angels, might be my ancestors, the forces of nature, right? Because that's what happens when you try and like gather up these entities. And do you know all these demons and entities you guys work with, they all work for me, right? They follow my orders. So if you guys ever send them my way, that's why you guys have them in your house, and that's why you're tormented, and that's why you can't sleep at night. Because like I've said before, right? I am of the light, but the dark watches over me. The dark takes care of me because of my royal bloodline, because of all the great spiritualists that have been in my family, right? And that's what you guys didn't know. But that's what happens, right? You should never try and hurt anyone, physically, spiritually, emotionally, anything. Because now you get to suffer the consequences. And you can't transmute that, right? Because of so much that you've done. Your ego was just bigger in your head. You guys are running from the police, running from the detectives, running from questioning, from being questioned, because you guys are guilty. They wanted my 10 of Pentacles, right? They wanted my happy life, right? That I am destined to have with my true divine partner, right? With someone who is actually going to give me that love that I deserve. With someone who is actually going to give me that nurturing environment that I so well deserve. With someone who is actually going to protect me like I deserve to be protected, because I tried to protect someone who didn't protect me throughout this time, even though he knew what he was doing, even though he knew all of the lies, right? Because let's not play victim, right? He knew what he was doing when he ghosted me. He wanted to get me in this sad, depressive state to the point where it will work on their favor, right? And whatever text messages were there in that fake ass story would appear to be real. But no, sweetie, like I told you guys before, right? I have too much that I'm focusing on, right? I have too much that I'm doing for humanity, right? Sharing my beautiful gifts with the world, helping people, right? Teaching people, giving them wisdom and knowledge to help them awaken, to help them take the veil off so they can live a life full of prosperity, so they can live a life where they're not controlled by other energies. And they went from feeling like that, from feeling like they could have that, to the 5 of Pentacles, out in the cold, just how they were trying to have me. With all of their plans, right? They all got together, and they all kept getting together. When the initial plan of the ghosting didn't hurt me as they thought it would, then they wanted to create this other betrayal, right? They wanted to make it seem like if I was in a relationship with that person when I never was. We never even had sex. Yep. And what is all that? That is the devil. See how those two people are chained there? That's confusion. That's distractions. Those are lies. That's why when you're connected to all with all that confusion, with all those lies, you're like trapped mentally, right? And once you go with the devil and you knowingly know that it's the devil, you can't get out of it, right? Because you're binded with contracts. You're binded with things that make you unable to escape that situation, right? Because now it is not only you, right? Now it is you and 20 other people, right? But come on, you guys can see how powerful I am, right? Let's say 20 people against one person, against me, an innocent person. That should show you the true powers of God, the true powers of the universe, the true powers of my spiritual gifts. So now, don't be running away from being questioned. Don't be running away from the authorities. Don't be running away from all of the crimes that you, Mark Camarena, and that you, Anthony Marquez, committed, right? And I could just see that greedy, malicious, deceitful, angry, jealous, raccoon-eyed, because I cannot get that. His eyes are just so dark, and all these bags, right? From all those sleepless nights and all that evil that he's carried around, right? Because let me tell you guys something, right? I was not the first person that they tried to do this to, right? Before me, there were people, and they may have succeeded. Which is why this was part of my life path. It was part of their life path to cross my path, because I am the last person. I am the one. And it's just so funny to me how Anthony Marquez wants to like run around, right? And be like, oh, Ray's not the one with the gifts. I am the angel. I am the one that's divine. I am the one that says, I am the... Shut the fuck up. Your jealousy, your bitterness, your anger is seen through your eyes. And that is not fooled. Right? You cannot fool me. You cannot fool people who are in their right mind. You can fool people who are just there, right? Like everyone else that stopped talking to me because of your lies. But all that has an ending. Yeah. Now that has, right, the person who I thought was a divine masculine, right? King of Cups. The King of Cups is supposed to be someone who is just, someone who is loving, right? Someone who is compassionate, someone who is willing, right, to give his big ass cup to actually someone who deserves it, right? But now this whole situation has you, right, taking a step back, trying to analyze everything that's been going on, trying to analyze everything that I've been telling you that has been going on since day one, that you did not believe me, right? I was guided. I cannot emphasize this enough. And that is blasphemy, right? When you see the Holy Spirit speaking to you and you deny it, and you deny that it's not that, that is the epitome of blasphemy.